I never walked into marriage expecting fireworks every day, but I also never imagined jokes could rot it from the inside. I'm Callum Reed, 42, born in Leeds, living in Ohio now, married for 11 years to Maribel. We were ordinary. Steady, predictable in the way people mistake for boring, but secretly trust with their lives. I worked logistics, paid the mortgage, fixed what broke. She handled the social side, friends, dinners, birthdays. We laughed, planned trips, talked about growing old without drama, and I believed that quiet loyalty was enough. Maribel had always been playful, sharp-tongued in a way people found charming. She liked attention, liked laughter around her. My best friend Rowan was part of that circle. I'd known him since college, trusted him like a brother. He came to barbecues, helped me move furniture, held my shoulder when my father died. The three of us joked easily, drinks flowing, stories recycled. I never once felt threatened. If anything, I felt proud that my wife and my closest friend got along so well. That trust was something I carried casually, never locking it up, never guarding it. The joke happened at a housewarming party for a neighbor. Music loud, people crowded into the kitchen. I stepped outside to take a call, thinking nothing of it. When I came back, voices carried from the hallway. Maribel laughed, that loose, careless laugh. Someone teased her about flirting. She replied, "Relax, even Rowan's tasted me. Yes, I'm generous." More laughter followed, sharp and careless. My feet stopped. The sentence hung there, ugly and out of place. It could have been nothing, a tasteless exaggeration, but it landed with a weight jokes shouldn't have. I didn't confront her. I didn't storm in or demand explanations. I smiled through the rest of the night, drove us home, lay awake listening to her breathe. My mind kept replaying the tone, the confidence, the way nobody sounded surprised. Over the next week, everything I'd ignored started glowing. Her phone angled away. Rowan canceling plans last minute. Inside jokes I wasn't part of. I told myself I was paranoid, that marriage means trusting even when it's uncomfortable. But trust without respect is just blindness, and something inside me had finally opened its eyes. I hired a lawyer quietly, a woman named Evelyn Shore, recommended by a coworker who spoke in whispers. I framed it as precaution, information only. Evelyn listened, didn't interrupt, didn't dramatize. She explained options, timelines, realities. Walking out of her office, I felt colder, steadier. At home, I watched Maribel more carefully. I noticed how she joked about boundaries, how sarcasm replaced warmth. When I asked directly what she meant that night, she shrugged, rolled her eyes, said I was too sensitive. That humor didn't mean anything unless insecure men made it mean something. That was the moment contrast became clarity. Love doesn't mock the ground it stands on. I didn't accuse her of cheating. I didn't mention Rowan. I simply told her jokes have consequences when they humiliate. She laughed again, softer, dismissive, told me to lighten up. So I did. I lightened my expectations, my explanations, my presence. I slept in the guest room. I stopped initiating conversations that went nowhere. I followed Evelyn's advice methodically, documenting finances, securing accounts, preparing without drama. It wasn't revenge. It was alignment with reality she'd already chosen. Rowan texted a week later, asking if everything was okay. I replied that things were changing and wished him well. No confrontation, no fishing for guilt. Silence does more than shouting ever could. When Maribel finally noticed my distance, she asked if I was punishing her. I said no, I was listening. She scoffed, accused me of being dramatic, reminded me that jokes weren't confessions. I told her trust isn't measured by technicalities. That night, I packed a bag. She didn't stop me. She didn't ask where I was going. That answer told me everything. I left without theatrics, drove until the sky lightened, and felt strangely calm. Some marriages don't end with explosions. Some erode through disrespect disguised as humor. I didn't leave because of a joke alone. I left because it revealed how lightly she held something I guarded fiercely. Evelyn filed the papers 2 days later. Rowan never called again. Friends picked sides quietly. I rebuilt slower than I expected, but steadier than before. If there's a lesson, it's this. When love turns you into a punchline, the bravest move is walking off the stage.